Okay, get this. Lady Gaga gives Kathy Bates a pig heart to eat, and now she's haunting everybody for eternity. American Horror Story 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my American Horror Story 6 after show. Onward to episode 3. Basically, this episode picks up right from where we left off. The Keystone cops are getting Flora's jacket down from the tree, which I still find kind of hysterical. Literally no explanation as to how it got into the tree in the first place, but whatever. And that kicks off the FBI and the police and everyone else involved doing a search for the girl. So the townspeople and the police and everyone is looking for her. Our star-studded trio end up in this somewhat abandoned barn where they discover 2 kids sucking on a pig's tits. American Horror Story 6. Amazingly, it's not something that the 3 of them imagined. The police also saw them, took them to the hospital to get checked out. Everyone believed that their parents are the ones that took Flor. Apparently that wasn't the case though, or was it? I don't know. One person that definitely was not convinced was Lee's ex-husband Mason. He believed that Lee was hiding his daughter somewhere. He actually snapped on her and pushed her to the ground, and he ran out of the house, I guess. Lee, Shelby, and Matt just kind of brushed it off and went to bed. This, of course, is after the 72 hours of searching. In the middle of the night, they get a phone call. The police say that they found a body, so they go to investigate. The body that was found was burnt to a crisp, but it was not Flor. It was Lee's ex-husband, Mason. Boy, bye. The next day, Matt was looking at his security footage and saw that Lee had left the house and came back several hours later during the time that Mason was gone. On paper, it would not seem surprising that Lee would possibly kill Mason. He wanted custody of their daughter. That and that alone would be reason enough for Matt and Shelby to be suspicious. However, the body that they found was literally hanging on like a cross and like, really? I definitely rolled my eyes at that one. I was like, no. But anyway, that kind of went nowhere because all of a sudden this weird, creepy old man? Not sure if it was a man. Probably a man. His name is Cricket. And I guess he's like this world-renowned psychic. And so he just showed up at the house and he was like, I've been called by not humans to help you. I'm like, okay, here we go. After a while being reasonably skeptical, once he held a seance of terms, all bets were off. He got a hold of Kathy Bates' spirit, questioned if she was the one that took Flora, but apparently it was the bastard daughter, Priscilla, Flora's imaginary friend that took her, and has fled with her somewhere. Apparently she's just protecting her from her family. And Cricket the psychic knows exactly where she is, but he will not take them to her unless they give him $25,000. Matt and Shelby were like, boy, bye. And as he leaves the house, he has Lee shook when he mentions her other daughter that disappeared many, many years ago, which led to the campiest scene of like the real person begging for them to stop filming, and this campy behind the scenes look at the interview. I was like, no, stop. It shook Lee enough to go back to the psychic and give him the $25,000. Finally, we get to the theme of the American Horror Story Season 6, Roanoke. I'm saying it right this time. I hope. There's the history that everyone knows and the history that everyone doesn't know. Cricket explains the non-known history of the Roanoke people. Basically, Kathy's character was a bitch that no one wanted to deal with, and they put this contraption on her head and sent her out into the forest. And who shall find her but Lady Gaga? I'm kind of unsure as to what happened at this point. There seemed to be potentially a wild boar about to attack Kathy Bates, and then Lady Gaga killed it, pulled its heart out, and it was still beating in her hand, and she offered it for her to eat. She was like, eat this heart and give your soul to me. Use your words, girl. Which means I guess technically Lady Gaga is the leader of the colony, but not really. I don't know. But yeah, basically gave her eternal life to haunt everybody for ever and ever. Hilarious. Classic horror story. So anyway, Matt, Lee, Shelby, and Cricket go to this weird, I don't know where they were. They confront Kathy Bates' character and like all the other Lost Colony members. They were trying to make a deal. They will leave the land if they give Flora back. For some reason, Shelby was not okay with Matt agreeing to leave the house and have it burned down, though she wanted to leave the house in the first place. But she couldn't yell at him because he was gone. They go around looking for him, and Shelby finds Lady Gaga and him in a bush just doing the dirty. Yes, Gaga, get that Cuba Gooding Jr. D. Doesn't remember. Shelby did not believe that he did not remember. I feel like sex with Lady Gaga would be pretty memorable though. She was pissed and actually turned his sister Lee into the police for killing Mason. Dick move. I don't believe she did it. Obviously this Roanoke colony has control over these people somehow. They did it to Matt, they probably did it to Lee too to make her look guilty. Whatever will get them off of their land. I found the episode hilarious and entertaining. There were a lot of moments where I was like, but I still enjoyed it. I'm still giving it 4 torches out of 5. One thing I'll give Ryan Murphy is that he's always really good with the twists and turns, and I am hooked. You guys, life savings or not, I would be out of that house so fast, I wouldn't care. I would be somewhere way away from that forest, put myself up in a hostel, someplace cheap until I can find a job again and just start my life again. I'm sorry, if I was seeing burned bodies, pig parts everywhere, crazy children sucking on pig titties, had a police force that wasn't doing shit for me, had a little girl disappear, almost get murdered a couple times, why? Such is the life and times of horror films. I gotta stay by the danger. Anyway, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below or on my Tumblr. Wherever you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I will catch you guys next week.